as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where the spelling is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon.
Well,
God damn.
golly, people. Bell said, Bell, bro. She said, so what happened in WWE this week? Not much. We have, I mean, aside from Bell's absolute favorite wrestler on the planet, CM Punk, aside from him, most of the stories are WWE, but he, like, fucking completely swallows, like, most of the stories. So
that man has 10 stories dedicated to himself alone.
Just from the fucking past week, 6 days, we haven't even got to a week since he cut his Hangman promo. But we're going to start you guys off with what JT's talking about, the hot piece of news on everybody's plate, right? Cash Wheeler, bro. He has transformed himself into Strap Wheeler.
He really has.
That man's out there with the strap, bro. He's got the strap, and Sir K said this before we went on, but man, I'm genuinely just counting my blessings that those boys weren't a part of All Out, because I think there would have been a little more flashing at All Out, or at Brawl Out, I mean. Horrible, though. On a serious note, I feel bad for him. Cash has never done anything. Yeah, Cash has never done anything like that, man. But we'll get to it. Right after we hit you guys with the intro, bro. So I guess let's just go ahead and hop right into that, because we got a long list of fucking CM Punk stories to go through. So what is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, and this is episode 175 of the Notorious podcast, man. What is going on, guys? If this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, man, every Monday we are on here with Notorious Unscripted after Monday Night Raw, and every Friday we are on here with the news after, or at 4 p.m. Central, rather. So, if this is your first time watching, you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted. That is, our fans giving up on the Bloodline story at the wrong time. Our fans too quick to give up on the Bloodline story. I don't know, man. I don't know. But if you guys did miss, you guys can hear us talk all about that. We talked about that. We talked about Raw. We talked about Raw, man. The kind of just rather boring episode of Monday Night Raw we got. Obviously, fans stupidly, in my opinion, giving up on the Bloodline story after what was not a bad explanation from Jimmy Uso at all. I don't know what you guys expected, but whatever. And we talked about, from what I can remember, pretty good of Dynamite. Dynamite's been absolutely incredibly mid as of late. So if you guys did miss that, that's available for you guys on all platforms, man. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you want to see it first, join us right here every Monday after Monday Night Raw for Notorious Unscripted, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video and in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. All 8 of these beautiful designs plus more available there on the merch shop for you guys, man. you have the Chicago flag design, the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie inspired design, the Notorious Heels podcast base logo design, the Best Kept Secret to the IWC, the Riddler inspired design. You have the Chicago Notorious World Order shirt and the two other designs that you have, the classic black and white and the Wolfpack red to go along with these two designs. Then you have the Notorious Scratch logo, the Grand Slam design, and the Only Community That Matters. Again, all 8 of these beautiful designs, plus more. We should be coming out back soon with the Christmas merch and stuff like that, man. So if you guys, want to get your hands on that for the holidays, we might have a couple other special holiday-themed ones going for you guys soon. But we have that. And more, like I said, all available on the merch shop for you guys. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very podcast. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, bro?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I woke up, turned over, man, looked at my phone, and the first thing I see is about Cash Wheeler being fucking arrested. I'm like, oh shit. That was funny to read about, man. But yeah, man, I'm just chilling out, man. Been pretty normal lately. Just waiting for All In, I guess, man. See if certain people are gonna be allowed to walk through the gate in that country. But I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued. Been pretty normal, man. Been pretty normal. Just shit's been going, man. Shit's been going. But like Durante always asks, man, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, man. The family's good. How you doing, Durante? How you doing, Bell? What's up, JT? How's everybody watching live or in the replay, man? And what about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Can't complain, bro. Can't complain. Just got nothing going on. I guess outside of everything else, but yeah, just excited for All In Day, cuz just hanging out with a group of your boys is just always the moves, but the show itself, I mean, I'm not excited for. Yeah, I'm just like I'm like, I don't know. I'm excited because I'm excited because I feel like maybe they'll turn out a good show, but like in terms of like the build, dude, I'm more so just kind of upset right now with the whole AEW situation, but we will get to that shortly. We got a bunch of stories to go over regarding that, but other than that, dude, yeah, I'm good, and yeah, nothing too much, dude. But other than that, as Durante always asks, I'm good, family's good. What about you, Durante? Ugh, God, why am I yawning? What about you, Durante, Bell, JT, Logan, Pops, anybody that's here now or watch on the replay? How the hell are you guys doing, man? And thank you guys for being here as always, man. Yeah, dude. So today, man, we woke up. Today, man, we all woke up to the incredible odd piece of news. Cash Wheeler, man. Obviously, FTR has a huge match coming up with the Bucks at All In, and today we got that AEW Tag Team Champion Cash Wheeler was arrested and charged by the Orlando Police Department. He was arrested and charged by the Orlando Police Department this morning with one account of aggravated assault with a firearm, per the Orlando Sentinel. AEW has given the following statement. They said AEW has been made aware of the charge, and we are closely monitoring the situation. He is fully cooperating with local authorities.
I hope so.
We got more information. We got more information on this. Apparently, it was a road rage incident. The road rage incident happened on July 27th when Wheeler allegedly flashed a firearm at the victim. A warrant was issued for his arrest the following day on August 3rd. His lawyers wrote in the plea of not guilty. Wheeler's bail was set at $2,500, and he must turn in all of his firearms while this case is going on. He is not allowed to have contact with the victim. See, man, what I don't understand, why would you speed up so they can get your license plate? That's what I'm not getting here. Hit back, right? Skirt back, and then fucking turn off into the side road so they don't see your ass, bruh. That's my thing.
Exactly.
That's my thing. I don't know why you would speed up, man. That gives someone the perfect opportunity to read your license plate. Unless that person can read backwards, and he did exactly what I just said and still got caught.
It could have been, man.
I don't know who
What
the
did
hell
that
is
guy do, man?
I don't know who the hell is reading out here backwards, but that's just nuts. But so obviously we have this huge match coming up, bro. We have the Bucks versus FTL, right? Fuck the law. You know. So we got these guys coming up. We got this match coming up, and the thing everybody's wondering is, what is Cash Wheeler's all-in status?
Yep.
So, in an update from PW Insider, they report that Wheeler was not asked to surrender his passport today, and no international travel restrictions have been imposed on him. In regard to many of you asking about Cash Wheeler's status for All In London, PW Insider has confirmed that he was not asked to surrender his passport by the Circuit Court of Orange County, Florida, today. There are currently no restrictions on Wheeler traveling internationally that have been imposed by the court. All jokes aside, all FTL jokes aside, this sucks for Cash. I mean, you know, we never hear about Cash doing anything like this, it's very out of character. I obviously don't know what happened fully. I wasn't there, but from what it sounds like it was a very heat of the moment thing. Obviously, road rage sounds like a heat of the moment thing, and it sounds like something that, you know, just happened. You know what I mean? And it sucks. And I know. I know he really wants to. I obviously know he really wants to make All In. We all know how important that show is to FTR, especially. So, it sucks, bro. It sucks. Dude, I have no idea why I keep yawning. I'm not even tired. But yeah, All In. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that this is in jeopardy. Hopefully, you know, he doesn't have any international travel restrictions get placed on him. I hope, for his sake, man. But yeah, it sucks, dude. It sucks, and it's just a very random thing, man. It's very random to happen all of a sudden.
Swear, man. I swear, it's crazy ass situation, man. Road rages. It's something, man. I mean, I understand getting pissed, bro, but I don't know if I could get that pissed. Or I'm just pointing the piece out the fucking window at some fucking idiot. I want to know what that idiot did, bro. He had to have done the stupidest thing in the world, man. I would love to see that on like a camera or something. Well, exactly the details, man. All we know is what's, you know, in the police documents. But that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. It's good that they didn't take away his passport, but like Bell just commented, the UK can always turn him away and tell him, nah, you can't come in because of what you just did. So that's always a risk. And MJF just tweeted out, you know, defending Cash, talking about how the match is still on. So maybe they already got in contact with the UK. Tony Khan's, you know, a good boss. I think he would. But I think we'll just know. I think we'll know by Wednesday if the match is on or off, man. But it's intriguing, man. It's really intriguing to see how all this is going, and it's crazy as fuck, man. I did not think I was gonna wake up to that, um,
Me neither.
but I did. But it's crazy, man, and it sucks for him. And I hope this doesn't ruin the match at all, in man, because it's one of the most intriguing matches going into the pay per view, man. And out of all matches, that's one of the matches I really wish we don't lose, man. I really hope not.
Seriously, man. Seriously. But other than that, man, yeah, I mean that's really all on the cash situation. But all right, you guys ready? CM Punk.
Good old Chicago Phil, man.
CM Punk, man. So this all started with a promo that was cut Saturday, 6 days ago on Collision. Post Collision, actually. This was a post Collision debacle. CM Punk grabbed the microphone. CM Punk grabbed the microphone and just started talking about Hangman Page. So
Well,
after last week's episode of Collision went off the air, CM Punk decided to take multiple shots at Adam Page and mocked him in his promo. He called him a peg warmer. He talked about he said he went to the local supermarket and all he seen was Hangman action figures, and he found out why they call him Hangman is because his toys hang on the pegs because he's a peg warmer, right? But unlike Phil, he moves merchandise. And he mocked the Elite, the Heart, the Soul, and the Spirit. He mocked their saying. He pretty much just went he just talked a bunch of shit about the Elite on his post Collision promo. So this is the first thing. We're gonna go about this in chronological order.
okay.
So the first thing is, isn't this incredibly fucking convenient that right after the Elite sign multi-year deals, I think Mark Henry came out and said that Kenny at least signed a 4-year deal, so I'm assuming they all signed a 4-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this straight. So right after these guys all sign new deals with the company, conveniently now, Tony Khan is, he's giving leeway or he's just, I don't know what's going on, but all of the sudden, right after these guys sign, now all of a sudden CM Punk decides to take shots on the mic that weren't planned. See, my thing when as soon as he talked about the Elite, I said, okay, this is a work. One thing that was also fishy is, why the fuck would they start working now? Being that we're 3 weeks away from All In at the time, wouldn't you want to set up All In for the biggest match that your company has to offer at the moment? CMFTR versus the Elite? I mean, the spirit of All In was doing a show that gave the fans Woodstock, right? As Cody would say. The Woodstock of professional wrestling, right? They gave the fans what they want. It was in the spirit of the time of All In, man. And here we are for All In 2. And Cody, first of all, Cody's obviously not on the show. But instead, we have the match that everybody should be getting. And I'm sorry, you can say it's going to be a banger. They're going to be great matches. And you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, and Kenny Omega, Hangman, and Kota Ibushi versus Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita. I'm sorry, but nobody gives a shit about those matches. Those are nothing more than fucking name fillers. How do we get Jay White on the show? Oh, okay, let's put him in a match. We'll put him with Takeshita for no fucking reason, and we'll have him start this imaginary beef with the Elite that makes them call Kota Ibushi to their aid. That's the other thing. The show, right? The first All In was for the fans. Meanwhile, here we are, and what do we get? We get things that are for egos. We get matches that are ego protectors, right? We get these matches that nobody really cares to fucking see. No, I mean, honestly, are they going to be bad matches? That's everybody's main defense. Well, it's going to be a banger. Fucking sure it's going to be a banger, but you could have had the top story that your company has the potential of telling, and you decide not to tell it? For what? To protect egos.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on the Collision promo from you, bro?
At the time, I was very mad about that promo and was very upset. Now, ended up coming out about it, not as mad, but it's still, annoying as fuck that it happened the way it did. I mean, especially because we're not getting a match between any of these guys at All In. Like, why? Why not? Clearly, fucking CM Punk is down. Because that's why he did that, so he could try to get that to happen. We all know FTR and the Young Bucks are down. They're having their match themselves. What the fuck? And I think that Hangman at least seems somewhat down because if, we'll talk to later about it in just a minute, but if Phil was able to, apologize to the man, that means they're semi-talking. So, what's the holdup, dude? Is it just Tony Khan being absolutely terrified that something's gonna break out if he puts them on screen together? That's what I think it is. I think all parties are mostly, for the most part, down. I think it's Tony Khan that's fucking acting like a scared little child because he doesn't know how to keep a hold of his roster, and it's killing all in.
You see, and that's the thing. You got Mark Henry out here saying Kenny versus Punk is a matter of time. Are you fucking serious? I mean, honestly. Are you serious? I mean, this fucking reeks of, oh, well, we already sold 80,000 tickets, so we don't really got to give the people what they want, do we? We could just put anything on there, and then we can sell tickets for one of our regular scheduled pay-per-views. I mean, what the fuck? It's a matter of time? Really? So, and based off Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, those guys don't like each other. Kenny was still willing to do business. Punk wants to do business. So, why aren't we doing business? Do it for the company.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Because that's what I really think happened. They already sold 80,000 plus seats. And Tony Khan doesn't give a fuck. He'll just put it together on whatever show he wants. And whatever show he feels like it, because he's too scared to book. Like, dog, if this was OG Tony Khan, oh, dog, we'd be getting CM Punk and Kenny Omega. Or, you know what? We might get Paige and CM Punk. Ace Steel versus Kenny Omega. Fucking, who knows what would be fun. Dude, we'd be getting the craziest card in history.
Imagine.
But now they're what?
Imagine this. CMFTR versus the Elite is one thing, but obviously there's a beef with Hangman, so let's include Hangman into this, right? Imagine the Elite, all four of them, Kenny, Hangman, Bucks, versus CMFTR and a mystery partner. They call Kenny's worst enemy, Will Ospreay. Oh, no. Well, Kenny's other worst enemy, Will Ospreay. Right? They call these guys and they do a fucking stadium stampede with the 4 of them. 4-on-4, stadium stampede, or just a tornado fucking tag match. Imagine the chaos that would be.
Exactly. I think that would be perfect. And then, since All Out's still the next weekend, you could save one of the singles matches for that show. Do Kenny and Punk at that show. Have some happen in that match where those two get extra pissed at each other, or CM Punk and Hangman, whichever one you prefer. Actually, at this point, I probably prefer the Hangman match, but that's just me. I mean, we'll probably get both eventually. I hope so. But and you could just do one of those singles matches at All Out. What's the hang up, bro? Obviously, I think all parties are for the most part down to do these matches. So why aren't we getting these matches? You already sold 80,000, and that's all they care about. But you could have sold that bitch out completely if you put CM Punk versus Kenny Omega or Hangman Page on that show. That match, one of those two matches alone, would have sold out every single seat in that arena. They would have broken everywhere. I mean, they're already about to, which is all I care about. But dude, I don't get it, bro. Like you said, a while ago with what Cody said about how the spirit is gone. When it comes to All In this year, that fucking spirit is gone. This is not the spirit of All In, man.
This isn't the spirit of AEW. AEW before felt like a family. This company's never felt more divided. And Collision's a great show, but it's the and it's not, you know, it's not Collision that's the problem. It's the you're a Punk guy or you're not. That's the problem.
How are you creating tribalism in your own company about the company itself? Like, bro, what? Like, I don't understand this shit. And the spirit of AEW, like you said, it used to be a family, and now it's just this person's unhappy, this person's leaking shit. Like, who knows how many people pay these journalists for news? Like, or, you know, reverse, but like, what happened to this place, dog? You got fucking Leatherface coming out there. That is on the exact same level as that fucking zombie match that fucking WWE did. And don't let any fucking AEW mark tell you different. What happened to this company, man? This used to be the real ass place, man, and now it's just count WWE at this point.
It's like, dude, we all thought Cody, we still do, but, you know, we all think Cody's a fucking cheese ball. But, like, for example, like when he came out and announced that, you know, Brandy was pregnant and stuff, it's like, even though he was like the cheesy fucking uncle that just fucking cries. He's like the fucking cheesy older brother, right? But to Sir K's point, now all we fucking hear about in this goddamn company is this guy's upset. This guy's upset because this young guy won't take his advice, and this guy's getting this guy's having influence to have fucking AEW management send AEW management home. This guy wants fucking Matt Hardy of all people sent. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro? As to where before the fucking kind of announcements that we would get are these fucking cool little things in AEW that just made everything come together and feel like a family. Again, we all thought Cody was a fucking cheeseball at the time. Well, we all were very happy for the guy, and it felt like a fucking family.
Exactly. And, like, another thing, the whole reason Punk came into this company in the first place is because of how good and how tight-lipped the Brody Lee situation was. There was no leaks. No one was selling Sean Sapp. Fucking, it felt like a family. That's the whole reason he came to this company, is because it felt like a family. And he's the one that comes in and breaks all that fucking shit apart. The fuck you mean?
It makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder, bro. It's like, dude, are you in it for the? Yes, and it's like, are you in this for the company? Do you want to see the company do better? Or do you want to do this to, like I said, protect yourself and your ego? It's like, dude, I was telling Sir K this yesterday. It's like, dude, I can't stand Vince McMahon. I think he's a scumbag,
Yeah,
right? I think he's a
he's a
fucking.
piece of shit.
I
I hope
truly
he
think
fucking
so.
cooks.
But this shit never in a million years would fucking fly under Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon is not your friend. He's a boss. Tony Khan needs to stop being a fucking friend to these people. Stop being a mark. Fucking sitting back there chanting CM Punk at the debut episode of Collision. It's okay to get excited, but dude, fucking sitting back there pumping your fist chanting CM Punk. You look like a fucking mark, bro.
And people wonder why people call him a money mark. Because he acted like one recently, bro. Like, yeah, when AEW first started, he wasn't this bad. He would still be a boss. He literally took power away from all the EVPs because Cody was booking himself like shit. That's what a boss does. And, Cody left because of it.
It
But
sucked
that's
for
what
the
a
tag
boss does.
division, but for
It
Cody,
did.
for everybody else except for Cody's storyline, things got better.
Exactly. The man put his foot down and improved the company, improved the process. And now he's, too fucking scared because he's friends with him?
And that's the
Yo,
thing.
dude.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the thing too. Fucking dude, Tony Khan was asked about this shit, all this debacle, and all he has to say is, "Well, we're gonna put on a lot of good shows. If anything was based off the Dynamite you just put on, it was not a good fucking show. Again, all you have to say is, well, we plan on putting on a lot of good shows, and I'm just happy that people are excited about things we have in and out of the ring." No, you can leave the in part out because everything in AEW is all the out of ring, all the backstage shit right now is fucking more intriguing than your television show, and you have a 80,000 plus show 2 weeks away. Two
Exactly.
fucking weeks away. And all anybody can talk about, the most interesting part of your company right now is the fucking backstage bullshit that you did
Exactly.
not transfer over to television.
That's the thing that Tony Khan doesn't realize. People will stop talking about the backstage stuff if you put it on TV, you end it, and no one will ever talk about it again. People will talk, oh, remember when all that shit happened? That was awesome that they put it on TV. If you put CM Punk versus all the elite guys and end, do all those matches, end all those storylines, people will stop thinking about it because it'll be over with. And you could go on and you could do stuff on TV and people won't focus on what's going on behind the scenes. That's the thing that Tony Khan don't get. That's the thing that's killing all in. I don't give a fuck about half these stories. Do some of these matches actually have stories? Yeah. Do I care about most of them? No. Because the stories I want to see, you're not telling. Because you're scared about how the egos will react to everybody. Like, dude, fuck what Punk thinks. Fuck what the elite thinks. You tell them you are going to work together for the sake of this fucking company. And if you can't, you don't need to work here. That's what you gotta tell the whole fucking roster. Because you got people like Darby, like Swerve, like fucking Sting, like half of those fucking young guys that started out in AEW that give a fuck about AEW that you ain't doing shit with. But you got people like Punk causing all this fuck shit and he's getting all this shit. Nah. If they ain't here for AEW in the future of this company, boot them. I don't give a fuck. And if they don't, and hell, if they ain't offering much in value, boot them too. Stop re-signing fucking some of these schmucks. Stop fucking putting egos on people and fucking letting them kick people out. At this point, you gotta start kicking his ass out. Cause what the fuck's going on in this company?
Honestly. Yeah, and as far as Punk and the Elite are concerned, couldn't fucking I completely agree with you. Maybe instead of firing those guys because they're all huge names, I would probably interchange that with either you guys are gonna fucking work together and you're gonna do it for business and we're gonna do business for this fucking company, or I do not want to fucking hear you guys say I do not want to hear any of your fucking names out of any of your mouths ever again. Done.
No, exactly. No little jabs here and there. Can't do. No doing GTSs, no doing fucking this and that. If you guys can't agree to a match and end this shit for the fans and for this company, never bring each other up ever fucking again. It's that simple. It's
And it,
really that simple.
it really is, bro. It really is. And back to my point about Vince McMahon, do you well, actually, this is a great point because CM Punk's such a big Bret Hart guy. Do you think Bret Hart wanted to work with Shawn Michaels back in the day? But no, but fucking Vince McMahon had him put their fucking big boy pants on like adults and fucking do business. And now what? It's one of the greatest feuds of all time in the wrestling world. Because of what? Because they put their fucking big boy pants on and they went to fucking work. Come on, dude.
Exactly, dude. If you can't let your ego allow you to fucking go to work and do your fucking job, you shouldn't be doing that fucking job. It's that fucking simple, man. And even guys like MJF, MJF, he could, talk shit about Tony Khan on television all he wants, but like he's one of the guys who are here for AEW the most.
Yes.
Ironically, how is he not given all this special treatment? Dude, how did MJF have to scratch and claw in this company that he's been one of the biggest pieces of since before it was created? But CM Punk can do all this fuck shit and he's just fine. I don't give a fuck what he sells. Because the whole reason that CM Punk is outselling all of these people and all is because of Tony Khan. Because all this time, while CM Punk was gone, instead of bolstering your roster and every one of your top guys up to CM Punk's level, you sat there and did nothing and waited like a month for your favorite to return.
Remember how they said, remember when Punk first, right after Brawl Out, when they said Tony Khan put CM Punk on ice? What he did was put all of his talent building on ice. Mm-hmm. See, and the reason CM Punk doesn't appreciate AEW is because CM Punk did not make his name off AEW. The reason, other than Tony Khan just loving CM Punk, the reason that CM Punk is as big of a name as he is because the WWE run, WWE made the fucking guy's name. So, I mean, obviously he did too, but WWE gave him a huge platform to make him one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
Exactly.
That in itself is the reason why he doesn't appreciate this place. Is because MJF's been there when they were fucking running shows in front of all these virgin gamers, right? When they were fucking, MJF was there when people said they don't have no stars, and after a while it's going to become rinse and repeat. Now they got so many stars, they don't know what to fucking do with all of them. MJF...
I wish we got rinse and repeat at this point.
MJF was... Yeah, because at least we would see people.
Exactly.
MJF came into this company, bottom of the barrel, nobody fucking knew who he was, and now look at him. That's why MJF appreciates AEW, and that's why... Ironically, like Sir K said, that's why MJF is one of the guys who's mostly here for AEW. Punk doesn't give a shit. He's going to go and be a name wherever because he's just CM Punk, because he's a legend at this point. And he's undeniable.
Exactly.
But
that's why he doesn't care.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is bullshit, man. But anyways, through all that, man. So while speaking on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Brian Alvarez noted that CM Punk texted Hangman after the promo, apologizing to him for mocking him. And he says, "What I can say is he did in fact send a text."
Send that text before you went out there and did that?
Exactly. Egg-fucking-zactly. Why that wasn't sent before the fact completely boggles my mind, because So he noted that CM Punk texted Adam Page after the promo, apologizing to him for mocking him in the promo. He says, "What I can say is he did in fact send a text to Adam Page, apologizing for the promo on Saturday. That is from both sides. That did happen. He did apologize to him via text because the way he worded things wasn't the way he meant for it to come out. Then why did you say it? And if you're not building to something, what the fuck would you say it for in the first place? You know what that's gonna start.
Like, why did you do that? You know you're not building for anything, so why bring up his name? Again, if you aren't in something on TV or planning to or setting it up, shut the fuck up about each other. Is that hard? Like, dude, just stop, bruh. Just stop. And if you're gonna do that, why don't you text him before you do it? Just be like, hey, I'm gonna shoot on you out there, man, just because I'm trying to set up this match for the future, man. Is that cool with you? I can't give one of those. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, but if there's no match, don't fucking bring each other up, man. It's literally that simple, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So then after this, this promo was like, after this, it was a fucking landslide after this, dude. So after this, the next thing to come out was Ryan Nemeth, the brother of Dolph Ziggler. Everybody knows, if you watch BTE, you know Ryan Nemeth has one of the more nauseating segments of BTE. But otherwise,
I haven't BTE in a month. I can't even cap.
Me neither. So, according to PW Torch, sources indicated that Punk confronted Nemeth in the locker room. The story conveyed to PW Torch that is concerned Nemeth that Punk is that Punk concerned. My bad. I read the wrong word. The story conveyed to PW Torch is that Punk cornered Nemeth in the locker room, got inches from his face, and angrily asked if they had a problem or if they needed to settle things outside. Punk cited to Nemeth that his comments on Twitter inflamed existing tensions, that the optics of the tweet sent a bad message. This incident, witnessed by numerous wrestlers, was characterized as awkward and weird. Nemeth moved the argument to the hallway, where Punk continued to berate him. According to our sources, Nemeth defended his judgment in calling Punk soft, since Punk fired the first shots at the Bucks. Punk pushed back that his timing was bad and that wasn't the public image that they were going for. That everyone was either on the same page or at least not inflaming prior issues. Nemeth then asked Punk if he shouldn't react to things Punk says on television, and Punk said that would be the right choice at this time. Then they shook hands, but apparently the tension was still high as they parted separate ways. I heard a rumor, too, that the reason that this inflamed Punk was because Ryan Nemeth didn't say hi to him at the hotel.
Dude, what a fucking pussy, bro. How are you getting mad and getting in someone's face in the locker room because they said something mean to you on Twitter?
So that's the thing. That's the thing here. You, like, honestly, who the fuck knew that Ryan Nemeth tweeted that out?
Nobody, bro. Like,
you couldn't have called him, like Bell says. A phone call couldn't suffice, as Cody would say. Dude, bro. So, okay. So, I get, for this one, I get a little bit of Punk's side. I get the fact that he's bringing up old problems. I get it. I get that pisses you off because it's not the public image you're going for, because up until the Elite signed their contracts, you've been on your best behavior. There's another part of that article that praises CM Punk's leadership backstage at AEW Collision. It's been great. That's what makes this situation a whole lot stickier. Is he just so happens to be the fucking, clearly the one in charge behind Collision. So you have that now to worry about. But at what cost? Again, like I said, your company looks incredibly fucking divided at the moment. It does. It looks divided. And that's not good. That's not good for the company as a whole. So the situation with Ryan Nemeth, I get it. I get what you're trying to say, but there's better ways to go about it. You're like, hey man, I also heard he was berating him for trying to get buddy with the Elite so he can, get more TV time. That's a valid point. I mean, Ryan Nemeth is a jobber. That's a valid point. I do get it, but again, and it also is kind of bogus that you're picking on Ryan Nemeth of all people. I mean, the guy at like the lowest of AEW, but like I was saying, I get what you're trying to get across, but there's fucking better ways to go about it than getting in the guy's fucking face and asking him if they needed to take the problem outside for a fucking tweet that happened on the debut episode of Collision 2 months ago. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what are we doing here, bro? I mean, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know, man.
It doesn't make sense, dude. It's infuriating.
Seriously, bro, there is better ways to go about the shit than getting in the man's face and berating him. I mean, seriously.
Like, you have to do all of that extra bullshit to get... It's Ryan Nemeth, bro. No one even saw that tweet. I hate to break it to you, man.
What? Bruce Pritchard thinks Dark Side of the Ring should be more positive. Dark Side of the Ring. Oh.
Man. But like, dude, what the fuck, Punk? Who cares? It's Ryan Nemeth, man. You couldn't have texted him, hey man, that's pretty fucked up. Please don't do that again. We're trying not to do all this shit no more. And you're proving that you don't give a fuck about the image, because you're going up and you're getting in people's faces. You don't give a fuck about their image, about the company's image. You give a fuck about yours.
You had to have known that was going to get out. You had to have known that was going to get out.
Exactly. So, you don't give a fuck. You're just being on an ego trip still. Because he said, you are CM Punk, dude. And you are getting mad over all of this. All of this started over a promo line that nobody even noticed. Come on, dude. CM Punk gotta be the biggest softie in this industry, bro.
Softest man alive, according to Ryan Nemeth. Yeah.
He is, dude.
I mean, this is this is no good, man. This is no good. I mean, like I said, I get what you're trying to tell him. I do. I get what you're trying to tell Ryan Nemeth. I get it. Like, yo, don't be doing none of this shit. Apparently, this was the episode on the 21st of last month, too, that this happened. So you don't care about the public image, and you also don't want to bring up past problems, but then you go and cut that promo? Making fun of Adam Page?
And you get in the man's face for what he did, instead of just talking to him like a grown-ass normal man. You don't give a fuck about the image. You give a fuck about your image. That's what the fuck you care about.
Exactly. Alright, man. So, after this, man, Ryan Nemeth was was sent home from AEW Collision, and it seems that he hasn't been granted access to AEW Collision since. So now this opens a whole nother can of worms. Remember how I told you guys this was a landslide? Well, we're sliding now. So CM Punk, well, not CM Punk, AEW talents were reportedly sent home before the Collision booking. So, the more stories continue to emerge regarding backstage drama in AEW. During today's Wrestling Observer Radio, hosts Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez shared what they heard following yesterday's report about CM Punk having Ryan Nemeth removed from an AEW Collision booking. According to Meltzer and Alvarez, it isn't just Nemeth that this has happened to, but veteran Matt Hardy and AEW head of talent relations Christopher Daniels were sent home as well. Prior to this weekend, both Hardy and Daniels were brought to the Collision taping, but were told by AEW management that they weren't needed, even though Christopher Daniels is AEW management. While Meltzer never directly indicated that Punk had these individuals removed from Collision, he did say due to Punk's nature as a big star in AEW, it seems that the choice to keep Nemeth away means to keep Punk happy. Regarding the situation with Nemeth, Meltzer offered up additional details stating that Punk and Nemeth shared words upon, and then that pretty much just goes into everything that we just talked about. But, Adam Hangman Page, the center of Punk's post-show promo last Saturday, is also involved. Page reportedly was supposed to head to Saturday's Collision to pre-tape a segment, presumably for next week's AEW Dynamite. However, before he arrived the arena, Meltzer says Page was told the pre-tape would be happening somewhere else and he was not granted access to the Greensboro Coliseum. This is where things just fall off the fucking handle, personally, for me.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, I also heard that Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy were both very upset because nobody has any bad things to say about them, yet they were sent home.
Fucking Matt Hardy. All that dude does is fucking go home and fucking have another kid with his wife every 9 months. That's the only thing he ever fucking does.
All that Matt Hardy needs to be concerned about is fixing his pullout game. I mean, seriously.
That man sucked, bro. He got like 5 kids at this point, bro. Like the last 6 years. Holy shit,
there might be
man.
more. I don't know, man. I don't
Never know, man.
That man
Maybe
has... Forget the next Hardy boys. Between him and Jeff, I believe Jeff has 2 daughters. They got the fucking Hardy bloodline coming, all right?
We about to get the Hardy dynasty over here.
What the
God
fuck?
Damn.
So, and apparently, the reason Punk does not want Christopher Daniels backstage at Collision is because he feels Christopher Daniels, if Ace Steel isn't allowed backstage, then Christopher Daniels shouldn't either because he was involved in Brawl Out.
Phil.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He was involved in All Out, not because he was on the elite side fighting you guys. No, he came in and he broke your fight up. That's all he did.
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear any stories about Christopher Daniels throwing a fucking chair at somebody. I also didn't hear a story about Christopher Daniels taking somebody's arm and fucking biting it like a dog.
Dude, speaking of Ace Steel, did you see? I actually didn't bring this up. Did you see the Ace Steel news that dropped today?
He's gonna be backstage at Collision.
No.
Oh,
It's
really?
actually worse, in my opinion. Not only did he get rehired,
Right.
soon after he got fired. Okay, this one pisses me off so much. They gave this man Ace Steel back pay to make CM Punk happy while he was fired. Just CM Punk happy. They back paid Ace Steel from firing him after he bit and threw a chair at a man.
So essentially, he was never fired. They gave him money to make up for the time that he was fired.
Exactly, just to make CM Punk happy.
I genuinely thought that's not as bad as I thought you were gonna say. I genuinely thought you were gonna tell me that they made him some kind of upper management. But that's horrible as well. I was gonna say if they did that, shut it down.
No, dude, at this point, dude, I don't give a fuck about Collision. I mean, it's great. It's the better show than Dynamite.
It is.
But if it's not worth all this, bro.
It's not.
Can oh can them, bro. At this point, if you don't tell CM Punk you're gonna work with these people and shut the fuck up about it for the rest of your life, or not work with them and shut the fuck up about it for the rest of your life, or if you can't agree to either of those, I don't give a fuck. Can Chicago Phil? Can Ace Steel? Can them? They're not worth all of this, bro. All of this.
Christopher Daniels was like Christopher Daniels was given a spot in AEW upper management. That means he's above Ace Steel. That means he's above CM Punk. So there's only one man that we need to fucking point blame at this. And coincidentally, it's not fucking CM Punk, because Punk can give all the fucking influence he want. But it's up to Tony Khan to say, well, I don't give a shit, because he's the fucking head of talent relations. He's the boss of the talent. He's there to make sure the locker room is in order, to make sure everybody's okay. And he gets sent home. He gets sent home because my friend can't be there, so their friend can't be here either. What grade are we in? What fucking grade are we in? Honestly. Are we in first?
Dude.
Are we in second? Are we in kindergarten? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? This...
And
Oh, God.
And people keep talking about the elite side, like CM Punk's so down to do this on television, but the elite aren't. Like, to be honest, I don't blame him at this point. At this point, if I was the elite, I would just never want to bring it up again and never talk to CM Punk again.
Do you think all this
what-
shit's making it any better?
Like, exactly. Like, I don't blame them at this point, because it's just gonna cause more problems. And after the feud's done, at this point, Chicago Phil's never gonna shut up about it anyway. So if he never, like, the elite, anyone can say what they want about the elite. Post All Out, the elite did this perfectly. They didn't speak a word about any of this, and they still haven't. That man, Hangman Page, has been radio silent about the situation the whole time. Haven't heard a peep from Hangman Page, and that's what it should have been for all parties the whole time. The only peep we should have ever got is if you're doing shit on actual television. But if you're not, shut the fuck up. It's that simple. And you got this man sending home the head of, dude, oh, I would love to be a part of that roster, and CM Punk tells me to go home. I would have told his ass, unless I hear it from Tony Khan himself, fuck you. Eat my dick, bro. I'm gonna go do my segment, and until Tony Khan himself sends me home, you could eat my dick, bro. Cause what the fuck is that? Hell no, I ain't getting sent home by Chicago Phil. Get the fuck out of here.
It wasn't him that it was AEW. I think they said AEW officials or like people. It was people in upper management, but it was clearly,
CM.
it was
No,
it was from the influence.
No, exactly, dude. Hell no. Even then, I was saying, unless I hear from Tony Khan himself on why I'm being sent home,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going home. Tell me why.
Yeah. No, exactly. Because they
Fucking
can't.
why.
They fucking can't. Why don't you ask Scott Coltman why he got sent home? Why don't you ask Scotty Goldman why they sent him home? He probably couldn't tell you. I'm sure he could, but AEW management couldn't fucking tell him why the fuck he was being sent home.
They're just gonna yeah, his fucking dorko Phil back there is fucking little bitch, and wanted to send me home. Yeah, dude. Oh, I would love to be a part of this roster right now. Oh man, I would love to be a part of this roster. See, I would be CM Punk's worst enemy. He would hate me more than he hates Hangman. Oh fuck yeah,
dude.
I'd be opting out, man.
And then and then we go back to the whole Colt Cabana situation, and like seeing how if CM Punk, like, he defended himself through and through at the All Out Media Scrum with the whole Colt Cabana situation. So everybody, for the most part, gave him the benefit of the doubt because people more so blame Tony Khan because he was the one who actually made the decision, right? So Punk, after seeing all this and seeing that you apparently have the influence to send home the head of talent relations, you mean to tell me he didn't have any influence? Or they sent Ryan Nemeth home, or they sent Ryan Nemeth and Matt Hardy and Hangman because those guys, one of them's in the Elite, the others are buddies with the Elite, and Christopher Nails. He sent all these guys home, but you mean to tell me he didn't have a thing to do with Colt Cabana? I mean, look, they gave Base Steel back pay just to keep Punk happy. So what else would they do to keep Punk happy? Would they fire somebody? Would they cost somebody their entire job? I think so.
Oh, I 100% think so. And I think that, and even if CM Punk didn't say an ounce of words to Tony Khan himself, his presence is 100% the reason why he was let go. And why they didn't use him up until CM Punk was gone, because he was temporarily banned from the fucking show. Like, dude, CM Punk, man. Yeah, this dude. You know what? Every time a new piece of CM Punk news, I just think about that fucking pizza news when he originally came back. He's AEW's problem now. We really laughed at that point, and
We did.
can't believe I'm gonna say this.
Vince was
They
right.
were 100, Vince was 100% right when he said CM Punk is AEW's problem now, because he is, and he's a fucking problem.
Which is so weird because, like, when Punk was in WWE, none of
It
this
wasn't
shit
Punk.
happened. And I
No.
guess it's because Vince kept him on a tight fucking leash. Tony Khan's fucking got one of those retractable leashes that just lets the fucking dog run down the fucking street, but he's still on the leash. No, Vince wrapped the fucking leash around his hand and had that fucking shit right at that man's neck.
No, exactly. Because that man, Tony Khan, he didn't even put a leash on him.
I
He
was gonna
didn't,
say
because
he's letting him run around the park.
I would say with one of those, and eventually it stops, and there's a fucking, at least a maximum amount that dog can go.
Well, it's gonna
CM
need
Punk
to unless he wants his company to fucking. The guy almost killed the company last September, man. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? Look at,
almost killed the company, bruh. It
to
hasn't
this,
been the same since.
it hasn't. To this day, people are sour on fucking AEW. As soon as Punk cut that, I would even say as soon as he cut that initial Hangman promo when Hangman wasn't in the building and everybody just watching it just felt mad uncomfortable. Ever since then. Ever since the problem started where he wasn't going to come to work because Hangman didn't want to apologize and take his advice. Ever since then, and then the All Out Media Scrum just blew everything up. And they haven't put him on a fucking media scrum since. Is because Tony Khan still has yet to tell this guy to shut the fuck up. Still.
It's that simple. Either do the program or tell that man to shut the fuck up. There is, like, it's literally that fucking simple, man. It's literally that fucking simple, man.
All right, man. So, does Punk want to talk to the Elite? Does Punk want to talk to the Elite, man? Let's talk about it. So,
Let me talk to you.
yeah. Golly, where is CM Punk? According to Fightful, CM Punk wants to make amends with the Elite, but they refuse to meet with him. He says Punk claims to people that he talks to that he still wants to sit down with Hangman Page, Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega, but they refuse. Which is weird because we get this other story that Kenny Omega and CM Punk is a matter of time, and Punk is cordially texting with Adam Page. Maybe not on a constant basis, but they're cool enough for him to even send him a text.
Exactly. So I don't believe the story. I really don't. And maybe it's not that they don't want to talk about the situation. I think it's what it is CM Punk wants to tell the story, and maybe the Elite just don't. And maybe they just wanted this all to end and just move on.
And honestly,
I can't blame them.
Do you think they even want to after this? But the one thing I will hold the Elite accountable for, which, like I said, if you don't want to, especially after this, he's not making his case easy. But guys, you've been here from the start. You know what the fans want. Tell the fucking story, bro. But if you do feel that way, I can't say I blame you. That's just my opinion. Tell the fucking story. Come on. I mean, and maybe if you give this guy the fucking story that he wants, you'll shut him the fuck up, and you never gotta fucking worry about him ever again. And you guys will become bigger stars for it, because this is a story everybody wants to see. It is.
And another thing, I could see the Elite that they might be seeing. If they tell the story, although it's not what should happen, fucking Tony Khan's 100% gonna want CM Punk to win the feud. He's 100% gonna want CM Punk to win the feud, and not only should he not, but I don't think the Elite want. I think that's another factor.
Maybe that's the problem.
I think that's the problem, because that's what's gonna happen.
I never thought about that. If
Tony Khan's booking this shit, that Van Phil is gonna be the one on top. He's gonna have that man Phil always look right on television. The Elite aren't gonna fucking want that. This is their fucking company.
Which is exactly why, if you just made the fucking guy a heel,
it'll go away.
Because then he could easily lose. But if he's a babyface because he refuses to turn heel, the guy's gonna want to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Maybe
I think that's what it might be. I think it's less of the Elite and more of how they think it's going to be booked and how they're going to be made to look after the feud. I think that's what, and I don't blame them, because
I could see that.
Ain't no fucking way that boy Phil wins that feud. That is a crime if he would win this feud. That would be that's a crime. They should have all parties arrested if he wins that feud. And maybe that's Tony Khan's plan.
Well, I was going to say, you already got one of them.
Yeah. Damn it. But come on, bro. Another fucking Cash Wheeler joke. Dave Meltzer's gonna rate it 6 GTA stars.
Oh my god.
But I think that might be another big factor why they might not be wanting to do this feud, because
then again, if CM Punk is of the old school, Austin said this before, I feel like Punk would let anybody beat him, but this has kind of added a whole nother. I feel like he'll let anybody beat him if it's for a reason, and if it's for to make money. And if not, and I'm wrong, then the man's literally like Bell's calling him 2023 Hulk Hogan.
Oh, if that is the case, and he is saying, no, I'm not going to lose, fire him. If you say, no, I'm not going to lose, fire him. Because fuck that shit. But that could be a path, but man, I don't know what the fuck's going on with all this at this point, but at this point, either do it or never bring it up again. It's that simple.
Yeah. And the last piece of Punk news was the last thing that came out 3 days ago. CM Punk and Jack Perry were involved in a backstage fight before AEW Collision. Not a physical fight. Hold your horses. He's not fully back yet. He's not fully back yet. So Sean Sapp reported behind Fightful's paywall that CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jack Perry had quite an incident backstage. The two had an argument, and it is believed that it all stemmed from a spot in one of Perry's matches. I don't know why they put that. It actually was a backstage, but whatever. So towards the start of Punk's AEW Collision run, during the Canada tapings, Jack Perry was brought into Collision to film a segment. The two had words about the plans that Perry supposedly was pushing. According to those on Punk's side, oh, here we fucking go with the Punk's camp shit again. Oh, well, what did Jack Perry do now? Did he hit Larry with a fucking light tube? Did he knock his other tooth out? Here we go with
smash the fucking dog with a real panel of glass.
Here we go with the fucking Punk's side. According to those on Punk's side, Perry wanted to use real glass for a backstage segment. Punk was of the belief that he didn't. Punk was of the belief that he did this because he didn't want to come to work the next week, which he sees as a big problem in the company. Actually, since then, it was confirmed that Jack Perry was approved vacation time for that following episode of Dynamite.
Oh, what a shocker.
So, per Punk's side of things, Perry was going against production, doctors, and Tony Schiavone advising him not to do it, and telling him that smashing real glass was a safety hazard, and Perry wasn't happy with that. Shortly after, there were guidelines put in place and forwarded to talent of things that required clearance. Oh, this probably lines up with that little Tony Khan list.
Yep, of shit you can't do no more unless you ask.
This man, CM Punk, fucking putting guidelines in place. CM Punk sounds like the guy that reminds the fucking teacher that they were supposed to have a test today.
Oh, dude, he's such a little fucking, just a little kiss ass backstage, bro. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, he really thinks he's, running this company.
He really does. So
and that's the problem.
So Punk's claim was that he was asked to, Punk's claim was that he was asked to step in and calmly said that they don't do that on Saturdays, and if he doesn't like it, he could stay on Wednesdays. Do you see the fucking division here?
It's the same company. If it can happen on Wednesday, it better be able to happen on Saturday, and vice versa. You don't run this fucking company, bro.
If you don't like it, you could stay on Wednesdays. Word of the situation has made its way around the locker room and was referred to as an argument. Punk claimed that Perry was throwing a temper tantrum over the spot not being cleared and trying to prevent it. We reached out to Jack Perry but did not hear anything back. We weren't told how the situation ended, but we heard from several. But several we heard from agreed with the stance Punk at least claimed. So apparently Perry wanted to use real glass so it looked real. Dude, just sell it. Just sell sugar glass. I mean, why? Like that part I get. But at this point, since we want to talk about public image, do not ask fucking CM Punk to step into anything because he needs to be on his best behavior and not fucking rub anybody the wrong way. And was Punk right? Yes, he was. He was. Why are you using real glass? Dude, just sell the shit out of some sugar glass. Like, what?
It's that simple. Look, at the end of the day, who in management told CM Punk, of all people, to go and solve this problem?
Yes.
Why?
Have your head of fucking talent relations, if they didn't fucking send him home already by that point in the night, have your head of talent relations say, yo, sorry, just sell the shit out of some sugar glass. Just sell it. But as for Punk,
it's simple. Exactly.
either you calmly step in and say, hey man, I wouldn't do it? Did you really have to say, we don't do that on Saturdays, and if you like it, you could stay on Wednesdays? Meanwhile, you guys are the main motherfuckers that are like, oh, it's not a collision. It's not a collision. It's not Dynamite or Collision. What do they say? It's not Dynamite or Collision. It's just AEW. But then you have your top star on AEW Collision saying that. I mean, really?
It's like they're literally, it's CM Punk's show, and he dictates that whole fucking show, and that's the problem. Why is he dictating the whole show? I don't get it.
See, man, this is absolutely ridiculous, bro, because things were going so good. We had nothing but praise for CM Punk up until this point because he's been doing great being a locker room leader of Collision, and then we hear about this shit.
And he's a fucking... He thinks he's running this company, man, and Tony Khan has allowed him to. That's the problem, man. Tony Khan allows him to do it. That's why he thinks this way. That's because he can. He does run this place.
He took keys away from Cody Rhodes and fucking handed them right to CM Punk.
Yep. Yeah, that's fucking... And at this point, I'd rather have Mr. fucking Codyverse back. Fucking putting his boots in the ring for no reason. At least the only person he was truly harming was himself. You know, like, yeah, he fucked up Malachi Black when he came in. He had shitty feuds with a couple people, but he didn't fucking, he wasn't out there starting fights with people. He had his best intentions. He's just a shit-ass booker.
Oh, he's fucking awful. He's like fucking, I don't know who's worse, him or Shawn Michaels.
Well, exactly, probably Shawn.
Yeah, probably
but with Phil, yeah, he's a fine booker, but he's fucking Mr. Tribal backstage. It's either with him or against him.
Dude, I could definitely tell he was a fucking former leader of the Nexus. I mean, Jesus Christ. What they used to say, you're either Nexus or you're against us. He took that saying to fucking AEW. You're either Collision or you're fucking against us.
Dude, you're a fucking piece of shit, apparently.
Dude, at least if you're gonna act like a fucking asshole, can you at least be a heel on television and fucking, like, use a little bit of this to your advantage to make the television show more interesting than the backstage drama?
No, exactly. You're acting like Mr. Good Boy out there, man. What the fuck?
Fucking ridiculous, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Really, and like I mentioned earlier, and why does CM Punk think this way? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Tony Khan, you don't think walking past your billion-dollar boss and seeing him mark out for you like a fucking little child isn't going to make you think you're untouchable and that he'll let you get away with anything? If the media scrum wasn't enough, he's sitting back there marking out for you? A Triple H mark out and a Tony Khan mark out are two completely different things. I don't mind these guys marking out, but dude, mark out in your chair. You know what I mean? Like Triple H did. He's fucking sitting there leaning back in his chair. He's marking out for Johnny Gargano winning the NXT title. Tony Khan's standing up and fucking chanting. What do you think this guy's going to think about that? He's going to think, oh man, this guy's going to let me do fucking anything. And he has.
It don't even have to be that. You could mark out in the gorilla position, but in your office, you better have no loyalties to anybody. It's all business. That's what the fuck it should. You can mark out all you want in gorilla. Exactly. You can fucking start fucking pumping your fists, CM Punk. You start fucking wearing his fucking merch probably back there. Who fucking knows? But when you're in your office, you better be Boss Man Khan, and you are not.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's okay to fucking mark out, man. It is. Be a fucking boss when it's time to be a fucking boss. And that's CM Punk. That's CM Punk for the week.
Holy fuck. fucking hour and a half talking about CM Punk, and we'll still probably talk about him some next week, man, and probably some on Monday, and then probably some the next Monday, and next Friday, until this all ends, man. Somehow, some way, man.
Yep. And that, my friends, is how is how Tony Khan lost control of AEW yet again.
Crazy.
Unfucking believable. So, moving on here, man. Oh, no, not moving on. Oh, man.
Actually not.
So, AEW All In.
God.
One second. All right. AEW talent mad at Tony Khan due to all-in planning. Would you fucking look at that?
Look at that, man. Even they know the fucking card is underwhelming as fuck. It's not bad. It's not what it should be at all.
Hell no. Fuck no. So, alrighty. So, as per SEC scoops, some are questioning Tony Khan's leadership regarding the build-up for the All-In event. In addition, his handling of the roster, especially in the light of some recent controversies and issues with CM Punk, has created some discourse again. One source told SEC Scoops that they are frustrated about Wembley. However, they also note if issues were just around Wembley, the situation would be different. The source in the report goes on to say that with all that has gone down over the past 12 months, it's becoming an issue. Talent want to know what the All-In card will look like and if they are going to London. It's a show everyone wants to be a part of. The source also states in the report that people are worried that AEW isn't going to live up to the moment.
No, they haven't.
It seems like all they fucking care about is telling you on Wednesdays how this is the biggest show in wrestling history or the biggest wrestling show of all time. Seems like that's all they fucking care about. And what do they do? What do they do to let's add some last minute excitement to All In? No, they don't add CMFTR versus the Elite. They don't add some form of that. What do they go and fucking do? They go and want to have everybody post pictures of Edge to fucking get some excitement for AEW All In. That's how you were going to sell our last tickets. Not, and I don't mind that, but we won't give people the match that everybody wants to see. Instead, everybody post your pictures of Edge.
It's easy to buy more so they could buy more tickets. Instead of playing on the most insane card ever, and it would be an instant sellout. Just post pictures of a guy that's coming into the company. Like I get, so half of the people that are frustrated with All In are probably jobbers who shouldn't have been on the card in the first place. Yeah. So it's always like every company, WWE always gets that with Mania. Obviously, they're gonna get that with All In. All the jobbers want to be on it, but they're jobbers, so who cares? But like, why aren't certain people on this fucking show, man? Why not? I don't get, why is this card the way it is, man? Why aren't we getting Kenny Omega versus Punk? Or, CMFTR versus the Elite. Some variation of that. We could be getting so much crazy shit. Fucking BCC versus UE. We could have got if they booked all this right. Maybe. Depending on injuries. We could have got so much shit. and we're getting generic AEW pay-per-view card.
Yeah. So, the injury factor came into play as per one employee in the SES Scoops report. Khan already mentioned during the post Forbidden Door presser that it would take time to shape the all-in card. Plus, the employee points out that that injuries may have changed the plans for Tony. After all, the report points out that Bryan Danielson was likely going to have a match somewhere on the card, if not the main event. His injury probably affected what the all-in card would look like. It is also worth noting those of Jamie Hayter and Pac shifted plans for the show as well. Dude,
Yeah, you still put injuries though.
even with all those injuries, you know how much talent you still have left that could have put together the most insane card of all time? Bryan's a major hit, right? But what was Pac really gonna be fucking doing on the show? I mean, seriously, he probably would have just been exactly. He probably would have been involved in this Stadium Stampede we're getting, which is going to be fire, by the way, but I don't know why the best friends are in there. That's what I can say.
Exactly. Yeah, you lost Punk. I mean, not Punk. I wish. Danielson. That's a major hit. Same with Jamie Hayter. That's a major hit. That sucks. You can work around it though. Why aren't we getting Andrade versus Malachi Black live at All In? Why? All that type of shit. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't understand.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it at all either. I really don't. I really don't, man. So, yeah, and yeah, I actually think that's our last piece of AEW news for the show, man. So, moving on to some WWE stuff. Yeah, I completely get why the talent are frustrated, man. I mean, everybody wants to be a part of it, and you probably won't know until like a week in. What if you want to fly your family in? What the fuck?
You're flying to another fucking country for a weekend. You know, I wonder how they're gonna do Collision too. They're gonna have they have to pre-tape it.
Wait till you hear this. They're pre-taping it in the same building as Dynamite this Wednesday. So get fucking ready.
Oh, God. Yeah, CM Punk won't be on that episode. And if he is... Oh, God.
We'll have some more shit in the news next Friday if he is.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a fucking... What the money I'd pay for some backstage passes for that one.
Oh, dude, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in AEW the past 6 fucking months, or the past year.
Yeah, or do what they did at Forbidden Door, man, and fucking keep them on the other side of the building like they're fucking gonna shoot each other or something.
Well, you had FTR there, so that's actually
I was gonna say, maybe, in hindsight, that was probably the best choice, man. Never know what's gonna happen with Cash.
Just lifting up his shirt, showing that piece, bro. So maybe it was maybe it turned out all right in the end, man. I wonder if he was driving the FTR truck when he did that.
Maybe, bro. He probably was. Yeah. Oh well, Bell. Before we get to brawl out too, I want you to pump the brakes, man, because we got Brawl In coming, and then the week later we get the sequel. Then we get Brawl Out.
Well, what could be the Dynamite version? We could get
the Boom Brawl.
We could get the Boom Brawl on Wednesday. We might have 3 brawls in a row, man. Yeah. We never know. Because they won't have to do I don't think they'll have to pre-tape Collision for All Out. Oh yeah, isn't that episode Collision also in Chicago? I think so.
The one before All Out, yeah. It's in the
okay, so they won't have to pre-tape it. But who knows, man? Who knows? We might get 3 brawls in a row. Yeah,
there you go. The fucking extravaganza of brawls. Tony Khan's not gonna fire anybody. All right. ESPN officially confirms interest in WWE TV programming rights. ESPN president of content Burke Magnus spoke about a potential WWE deal with ESPN. He says, if their rights are available and there is a deal for us that works and a deal for them that works, it's a possibility. There's no hesitation anymore from a brand perspective or from a live event versus scripted perspective. Their fans and our viewers, they're a tremendous overlap via sports media.
That man.
Yeah, I think what was this about? Oh, programming rights. So I guess that would mean their TV shows?
I would think so. I could see that, man, because we said it before. It was in the news a while ago, and we talked about it. Fucking Fox is only gonna offer the same amount of money from last time. They ain't offering any more, and they better thank Triple H that they're even offering the same amount of money. So maybe they could be looking elsewhere. And if I was USA, I'd really be looking elsewhere. Because the thing is, Fox wanted WWE because that's a continuous thing that's always going to be on. But USA, bro, they play SVU 24/7 anyway. They already got something that people watch it on 24/7. I really don't think they need WWE as much as they think they do. So if anyone's leaving, I would hope it's USA at this point because they fucked them. They really did.
Yeah. Definitely, bro. Definitely. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that wouldn't be too bad, but I mean, nothing's set in stone yet, but yeah, man, ESPN is letting them know that they are interested in programming rights. So that'd be interesting for sure.
Hell yeah, man, it's always interesting.
Yeah, like, to be 100% honest, like, I mean, even under Vince McMahon, you would kind of, I don't know about paying $1 billion for it, but even under Vince McMahon, I mean, you would have to be an idiot not to want any professional wrestling on your show. Professional wrestling is year round. These guys don't get a break, and it is people are constantly tweeting about your network and talking about a show that's on your network. I mean, it's a fucking huge win. Yeah.
Exactly. It really is. It's 24/7 money. Even if it's not what it could, definitely not what it could be or used to
Yeah.
be, it's still continuous money. At that point, you're just printing yourself money no matter what, no matter how much money you're getting printed. So any network would be dumb to not have them, not have any form of wrestling really, unless it's like Impact or something.
For sure. For sure, bro. So, according to Boozer Wrestling, a triple threat match will be added to the Payback event. The reason I wanted to mention this, dude, first of all, with you keeping Jey Uso out, Jey Uso needs to actually be out for a while. He needs to take the break that CM Punk should have taken in 2011. He needs to be away for a while. He doesn't need to go away for fucking 3 weeks and come back. Not even that. I mean, we're probably looking at another week. We're probably looking at a 1 week vacation. You need to keep Jey Uso out until Survivor Series. That's it.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Until at least the end of September, early October, something like that. You need to keep him out. Also, if it's not that match, the other match I was thinking about, there's not going to be Roman Reigns on Payback. Do you really think that Nakamura and Seth Rollins is really going to hook your audience? This current stage of Nakamura, fuck no.
You know the worst part about that? Fucking Bell. Dude, those memes have been killing me. Jonathan Fatu, he's all elite. That shit killed me, bro.
I think he might be the one to step in for Cash in FTL. Fuck the
That's
law.
true, man. You replace fucking aggravated assault with DUI, man. I don't know which one's worse. But
I don't know, man. Just ask the guy that was driving next to him.
Exactly, man. Exactly. But I feel like they're gonna make that fucking women's match the fucking main event. I feel like they're gonna make that garbage the main event.
What's
the cage match?
Oh God, no.
I think they're gonna make Twitter happy and end that garbage feud. I can see that. I think
I
that's gonna be the main event of that pay-per-view.
I fucking hope. Oh, fucking way to get people out of the building. Jesus Christ.
That's
Thanks.
not.
Thanks for helping me beat the fucking traffic. Golly. Yeah, man. So either it's the Bloodline, or I was thinking maybe they add somebody to the World Heavyweight Championship match. Because I don't know who, but maybe they add somebody to that match because fucking Nakamura and Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is having a great reign with that title, but Nakamura is just fucking boring. Bore me to sleep, for Christ's sake.
Dude has no fucking interest anymore. Washed.
Nothing. Yes, washed.
Heel Nakamura. I hate heel Nakamura.
Oh, awful. He's fucking awful as a heel. I'm sorry. It's just
I
not what
hate
it
it.
is. So, speaking of the Bloodline, actually, according to Boozer Wrestling, the Bloodline will be off TV for several weeks to give other superstars a chance to pave their way to Survivor Series. I think this is a good call. Roman, some kind of minor injury happened to Roman, so whatever that is, it's whatever happened to Roman is it is what it is, and with Jay being out, you really don't have any use. You really don't have any use for much of it during this down period. Just give him a couple weeks, and yeah, I mean it does offer a chance for other superstars to pave their way to Survivor Series.
Exactly.
So this is a good call. Let this shit breathe, let it simmer, let it marinate, and yeah, we'll pick up the pieces whenever Roman comes back, and then from there on, I hope we could start telling the story of getting Jay back. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Plus, it'll make all the fans that are tired of the storyline and gave up on it, they'll all miss them by the time they come back anyway.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think that'll just work out in the end the best way possible.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely, man. Especially after something as big as what they did last week with, having Jey Uso say he quit WWE. That was obviously a huge headline. So, let that marinate a couple weeks and maybe a month or so, and pick up the pieces when we come back, man, and they'll pick it right up. Yeah. Yes, people will miss it. Oh, I guarantee you. I miss the Bloodline stuff. I've said this for a minute now. As soon as Sammy got with the Bloodline, bro, this fucking story and every character involved, and I mean this, every character involved, when this reeks of something that, it's an overrated story and it's this and it's that, but when it's gone, it reeks of one of those things people are going to appreciate in hindsight. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, look how many things that Twitter always brings up on the monthly. Oh, remember Miz's 2016 reign? Remember the 2018 roster? Remember,
Yep.
it's going to be one of those things. Oh, remember the Bloodline storyline? Man, that shit was so good. People have got to a point where I've seen tweets talking about how good Ginger's reign was, and people don't think people will appreciate the Bloodline in the end. Come the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So the Bloodline are going to be getting a nice, they're going to be getting a nice break, and it's going to be a nice break. It's nice to let things marinate, in wrestling. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Lacey Evans. While, WWE former WWE superstar Lacey Evans had changed her Instagram her Instagram bio to formerly known as WWE superstar Lacey Evans, and it appears that she has left the WWE. And since then they have moved. Since then, they have moved her to the alumni page, and she even sent out a tweet that said, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, you can refer to me as Macy Estrella. So pretty much indicating at midnight my contract's up, and that was 3 days ago. So Lacey Evans is gone from WWE. It sucks.
Thank God.
It sucks for her, I guess. But, well, oh God, no, not for me at all. Yeah, it sucks for her, but I mean, maybe she wanted to leave. I mean, they weren't fucking doing anything with her anyway. She had more heel turns than fucking Paul White. So, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, like,
Garbage talent, garbage person, deuces.
Sucks for all the Lacey Evans fans, man. Really feeling for them.
Man, those poor fucking Hulk Hogan fans.
Heartbroken, bro. Yeah, but I mean, I feel nothing. I feel absolutely nothing when it came to this. Maybe even a little bit of happiness, man. Lacey Evans is gone. It never fucking worked. Like I said, they didn't know on a bi-weekly basis whether she was going to be a fucking heel or a babyface. So that should indicate to you right there that was never going to fucking work. And she's gone, and like I said, I can't say I feel anything. Sucks for her. Maybe not, though. Maybe she wanted to leave. I don't know. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Is what it
is.
is.
Fireworks.
Yeah. I can't necessarily say I'm going to be missing her on Friday nights. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, Sami Zayn recently did an interview. He recently did an interview, and he talked about his elbow. He says, regarding his elbow, he says, "I'm struggling with minor injuries, but nothing serious that warrants me resting. My elbow is fine."
That's good.
So it looks like Sami
good.
Zayn will not be out with any with much significant time to, his injury, which is fantastic. And I'm happy that this isn't something that's going to warrant him to be out, and that would have absolutely warranted him to drop the tag titles, which I would have hated if this reign ended like that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I'm glad it's not that serious, man. Thank God.
Definitely, bro. So then another Sami Zayn interview, man. Triple H told Sami Zayn he was a downer after the WWE Elimination Chamber press conference. After the loss, Sami was legitimately disappointed during the press conference, and Zayn felt that Zayn revealed that he felt like he had let the city down while speaking on Ryan Satin's out of character podcast. Well, while speaking on Ryan Satin's Out of Character podcast, Sami Zayn disclosed that Triple H told Zayn not to be a downer after the press conference. He says, Hunter talked to me a day or two later. He was like, "Dude, what's with you in the press conference? You were such a downer. Like, you got to think of what those people saw. Those people just saw the culmination of this amazing storyline for the last year, and they saw one of the most electric crowds ever, and the whole night was amazing, and you're like you brought it down with that interview." I kind of saw his point, actually, because I was looking at it through my lens. Well, then again, I am the one answering the questions, but if it's true, if I step out of that disappointment for a week, people still talk to me about that match. People still talk about the atmosphere in that building. People still talk about whether I should have won or whether I shouldn't have won. It's like It's like this amazing point of contention that fans go and talk about. It was just a historic match, and it was the hot. I can't remember the last time I've seen a crowd that hot for a match, or a city on that board in such a real, like, sports team kind of way. It was monumental, and I'm just hung up. I'm like, yeah, but I lost. Damn.
Literally. I mean, what the fuck do you expect, Triple H? You want him to not sell the fucking match and just be just good old happy fucking Sami Zayn after he fucking lost? What? I don't get where Triple H is coming from at all. Of course he's a downer. He lost the match.
And the thing was, and that's a great point you bring up too. I mean, why not sell the match? Why not sell what I just fucking went through? But my thing here is, and I feel like Triple H, this is literally just Triple H trying to pad this up the best way he can. This man tells Sami Zayn, these people just saw the culmination to this amazing story. The culmination of the story was him losing at Elimination Chamber. I would think the culmination of the story was WrestleMania, the main event. But it should have been the culmination, and he should have been the fucking guy. And like Sammy says in this exact interview, people are going to be arguing about this shit forever. It's going to be a back and forth of he should have won, he shouldn't have won, he should have, he shouldn't. I'm on the fucking coin that he should have. And that's just how it's going to fucking be. I will tell my kids that fucking Sami Zayn, one day when I have them, I will preach to my kids that Sami Zayn should have won the Universal title at Elimination, or in the main event of Wrestle. He should have lost at Elimination Chamber, but then he should have got it back in blood at WrestleMania. That's just how it is.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, I don't know what the fuck Triple H is talking about here. And it just sounds like him just making excuses for himself and the way they booked the end, quote unquote, of the Bloodline story.
You were a downer. That was the point. They didn't want to. Yeah. I mean, they wanted to send the crowd home happy. That's why they sent Kevin Owens out there. But Sami Zayn had to lose. You know, you wanted Sami Zayn to lose. So what was he supposed to do, bro? He's supposed to go out there and fucking smile? Yeah, I just lost in front of my hometown.
The story was great, though, man. Like, nah, dude, you're supposed to sell the fucking match, and it's not like they're the most. It's not like they don't care about kayfabe on those post media scrums. You ask a real question, they get pissed at you. Like, come on, this isn't a real media scrum here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So stupid. So. And the final thing of today, of the news today, Edge says that the August 18th, tonight, the August 18th SmackDown match is the last match on his current contract. Speaking to ET Canada, Edge was asked Friday if this would be his last match. Here's what he says in the interview. Here's what I can say honestly, and this isn't the answer everyone wants, but I truly don't know. I really, with 100% truth can say I don't know. That's strange for me, but I don't. I really don't. I've put some thought into it, but not a lot. This is the last match on my current contract. This is the last match on my current contract. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I probably won't work. I probably won't know until I get to the locker room that night and decompress and let all the anxiety and tension that I never used to have before I perform, I have now. That's strange for me, and it makes it that much harder to do this, but I'm going to be 50 in October, and it's not easy anymore. Before what I used to take for granted, I'm able to do now. Before what I used to take for granted, I'm able to do. There is a process and a fallout. There is a lot. It's the dream gig, but it's getting really hard, he said. with the way AEW talent has posted pictures of Edge and they started the speculation, it's like they know. They know, but they're trying to, like I said, I feel I feel the reason they're posting pictures of Edge um is because they wanted is because they want to sell tickets for, they want to sell their last stretch of tickets for All In, and I feel like that's why they did it. And I did not know that Edge was on a per match deal, but he is, and this is going to be his last match, and I'm shocked that WWE is letting him have this last match before All In.
Oh, exactly. You would think they would just shut him away and like wait until after All In to have his last match, unless something could always happen and stop the match tonight to prolong this. But from the way it looks, tonight looks to be his last night in terms of a match in this company, man. And he's looking like he's going to AEW, man. I'm down. Um, I'm down for him to do a little, couple match run in there. And I'm intrigued to see how it all goes, man. I'm intrigued.
For sure, man, for sure. And yeah, I think this might be his last. I think this might be his last match, man. I think this is gonna be his last match in WWE. Maybe not forever.
Yeah,
I genuinely feel
definitely
like he's
not.
going to AEW. I think he wants. I think they got a lot to do with Christian here, and I think he wants to be with his best friend. More importantly,
Yeah,
but
and have one last program with him.
yep. Do maybe a couple last tag team matches, but I'm really excited for the feud. I
Oh, that's what I really can't wait for.
Dude,
I think they're
I'm
gonna team
pumped.
up first, but I
Hmm.
think once fucking Christian turns on his ass, oh, it's gonna be gold, man.
Oh,
God, that's gonna be amazing.
it's gonna be fucking fantastic. It really is. Um. Yeah, but I could really see him going to AEW, especially after, like I said, everybody posting pictures with him and stuff like that. So I could definitely see it. I could definitely see it, and I think that's where the wins are going, man. I really do. Uh. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he just does a couple matches in AEW. I do think he's gonna end his career in WWE, but other than that, I think the way this is going is I think we'll see him in AEW. It could be as soon as All In, and I think that would be a great surprise for that show.
I think so. It'd be awesome, man. And I'm intrigued to see how it all goes, man.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So yeah, man. That is yeah, that's everything. That's everything we got here today for you guys. Yeah, that's everything we got today here today on the news for you guys, man. And yeah, so with that, that is gonna do it for everything. That is gonna do it for everything we got today for you guys. That's my only concern about this slogan is I don't know. I could maybe see them coming in. I could maybe see Edge coming in as a heel, but then I don't because I know he's gonna get cheered. But if he's with Christian, Christian has such a good thing going as a heel right now, and I just don't want to see that man go back to being a babyface. Maybe he like fakes
No,
it.
yeah.
Maybe that would be the
I was
best
gonna
way to do it.
I think we might get like a start of AEW MJF thing where he's like nice as fuck to Edge, but a prick to everybody else, and he'll
Hmm.
eventually turn on Edge. I think it might be something like that.
I would like that. I
That'd
would
be
like that.
hilarious.
Oh
Second Edge
God.
just walks away, just hate that motherfucker. Just shit like that, dude. I hope so. That would be hilarious.
It really would, bro. It really would. So, yeah, man, that's everything we got here today for you guys on the news, man. So, with that, thank you guys for being here. As always, man, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for listening to a loaded episode of the news, man. The good old Punk, man. Good old fucking Punk. Edge better buckle up if he is going to fucking AEW. Um,
Oh yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, but good lord. Goldberg's going to have a really hard time with CM Punk too, man, because he is the reason Brett can't wrestle anymore. So you already know there's going to be
You
something here.
know, somehow, in some way, this fucking CM Punk situation might be gold in terms of no Goldberg. You could tell Tony Khan, hey, bro, I don't like Goldberg. And Tony Khan will be like, all right, I'll never hire him. That might be a.
I'll put them on
It might
Wednesday,
be the.
Phil.
Okay,
Make
never
the show
mind.
on Wednesday even better.
Exactly. You know, he might be able to find a way. I think probably call Edge as like a nickname. I could see like Adam Edge Copeland,
I can see
like you
Adam
said.
Edge Copeland, yeah. Or just call him Adam in all caps. Or
Adam
Corner.
Corner, Sexton Headcastle.
God.
I
Yeah,
think that
man.
was his name.
But with that, man, that is going to do it for this edition of episode 175 of the news. Thank you guys so much, as always, man. Thank you guys so much, as always. So with that is going to do it for this edition of the news. And it has been always, always, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys, man. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get deals on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold when what you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck
I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grip. It's the move kill.